Most people are not addicted to success. They're not addicted to achievement. Not to money, status, or applause. That's the lie we repeat because it sounds impressive. The real addiction is quieter, more refined, far more corrosive. We are addicted to potential, addicted to the idea of who we could be, to an ideal version of ourselves that never arrives, to an imaginary life that always exists a few years ahead, always just beyond the present moment. We live slightly in the future, like ghosts haunting a life that hasn't happened. There's a constant background urgency, a low-grade anxiety, as if life were a rare opportunity slowly leaking through our fingers. And maybe it is. Probably it is. So a childish but deadly question emerges. If I only get one chance, why not live the perfect life? That's where the problem begins. Because slowly, almost imperceptibly, living turns into optimizing. Existing turns into improving. Being turns into becoming. You construct a future version of yourself where everything finally makes sense, where purpose reveals itself, where love feels right, where work matters, where the emptiness disappears. And as that imagined future grows brighter, the present grows unbearable. You look around and feel a dull dissatisfaction, constant, like a buzzing behind the eyes. Nothing is objectively wrong, but nothing feels right. Your friends are fine, your job is tolerable, your life functions. And yet, something rots quietly inside. A persistent sense of mediocrity, the feeling that you're living beneath your true capacity, that you're wasting something precious, even if you can't name what it is. Your thoughts begin with, if only. If only I found my passion. If only I were braver. If only I had discipline. If only my life really started. This mindset doesn't create failures. It creates highly functional people. Productive, busy, always moving. You take courses, you pivot, you switch careers, you move cities, you change relationships, you reinvent identities. Because stopping feels like death. Stopping would mean admitting that maybe this is it. Every achievement promises meaning. Every change feels like the true beginning of life. And every time after the initial excitement fades, the same thing returns. Emptiness. Not because you failed, but because that was never what you wanted. You didn't want the outcome. You wanted the fantasy. You're not addicted to success. You're addicted to the idea of a flawless self. Hours of self-help content. Podcasts about purpose. Books on habits. Videos on discipline, stoicism, spirituality, productivity. And nothing fixes it. Life still feels disappointing. This mental state has a name. It's often called existential perfectionism. From the outside, people don't understand. What are you complaining about? You have a good life. You should be grateful. And rationally, they're right. But the problem isn't gratitude. It's not ingratitude. It's not laziness. It's the quiet expectation that life should be more than this. Relationships begin as intense, meaningful stories and slowly collapse into routine, silence, and small resentments. The job that felt like a calling becomes spreadsheets, emails, and people you would never choose to know. Even fulfilled dreams arrive carrying noise, exhaustion, and disappointment. Existential perfectionism wants a life where happiness is stable, where work always feels meaningful, where people remain interesting, where nothing erodes. This isn't just unrealistic, it's poisonous, because when reality inevitably fails to meet this ideal, the conclusion isn't that the ideal is impossible. The conclusion is that you are broken. Why can't I be happy? Why is something always wrong? Why is my life never enough? The neighbor's noise, the constant fatigue, the bills, the partner's breathing at night, the lack of time, and beneath it all, the most painful question. Why isn't my life perfect? Part of this anguish doesn't originate inside you. It's cultivated. The philosopher Herbert Marcuse spoke of the performance principle, the idea that in modern society, it's no longer enough to exist. You must perform. Work is no longer survival. It's optimization, expansion, excess. And for the system to function, you must desire what it demands. As Marcuse noted, the individual comes to desire what they are supposed to desire. That constant feeling of incompleteness isn't a flaw, it's a feature. Media, advertising, and cultural narratives repeat the same message. You're not there yet. Your life isn't ready. You need improvement. And this infection spreads everywhere. Career, relationships, body, spirituality, identity. Your life becomes an endless self-improvement project, an eternal almost. You chase a potential that never materializes because if it did, the game would end. But maybe it's not only society. Maybe this runs deeper. Maybe it's tied to humanity's oldest fear, impermanence. Everything passes, everything decays, everything fails. Honest spirituality has always known this. True mysticism doesn't promise permanent fulfillment. It teaches coexistence with emptiness. Existence is flawed by nature. Chance rules. Control is a comforting illusion. You won't get everything you want. And when you do, it won't feel how you imagined. The real work isn't achieving more. It's abandoning the fantasy that something, someday, will complete you. Ask people when they felt genuine peace. It's rarely during major victories. It's usually something small, sitting in the sun, a slow conversation, watching something ordinary, imperfect moments, cheap moments, forgettable moments. Maybe you'll find a purpose, maybe you won't. But even if you do, the bus will still be late. The floor will still creak. You'll still get tired. Maybe the perfect life looks a lot more like this than you want to admit. Maybe your life was never the problem. Maybe the problem was expecting perfection. In the film Soul, the protagonist finally achieves his lifelong dream and feels nothing. Then he hears a simple story. A young fish asks where the ocean is. An older fish replies, "You're in it." The young fish says, "This is just water. I want the ocean." Maybe you're trapped in the same confusion. Maybe you're searching for an ocean that never existed. There is no ideal life. There is only this one. Imperfect, finite, ordinary, real. And maybe that's all there ever was. If this video stayed with you, if it put words to something you felt but never named, then it already did its job. Just being here matters. Watching, reflecting, sharing these videos with someone who needs them. That already helps more than you think. But if you want to go a little deeper, becoming a channel member is a quiet way of saying, this work has value. Members help keep this space honest, unpolished, and free from empty optimism. You get closer access, exclusive content, and the feeling of belonging to a small group that sees the world clearly, without illusions. And if a specific video really resonated, Super Thanks is a simple gesture of reciprocity, not an obligation. Just a way to support something that gave you clarity, comfort, or discomfort, all of which matter. Nothing here is demanded. Your presence is already enough. But if you choose to support, know this. You're not just helping a channel grow. You're helping this kind of content continue to exist.